require the shadow cabinet to be approved by all members of the opposition, not only one political party. Number 3, Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to be protected by some...
Honourable, they are not on record.
Oh,
continue.
Thank you very much. Number 4, also, Right Honourable Speaker, as you can see, from the appointment of the committees of parliament and international bodies, only one political party out of 17 positions has taken 16. The other political parties, we don't talk about the position of one political party. We talk about opposition parties in parliament. Which type of equity do you talk about when 17 positions are taken by one political party, and yet we have more than 5 political parties in parliament? What are the defects in the existing legislation? When you look at the cabinet, Right Honourable Speaker and members, out of 30 ministers, 20 of them are from one political party. The rest share only 10. We are saying you want to entrench democracy. What you preach to us is what you must practice. What are the defects in the existing law? In July 2005, Uganda transitioned from the movement political system to a multi-party political system through a national referendum. The adoption of the multi-party system of governance saw the amendment of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda to create the office of the Leader of Opposition in Parliament. And subsequently, in 2006, the Administration of Parliament Act was amended to provide for the office of the Leader of Opposition. Section 8 of the Administration of Parliament Act provides for the election of the Leader of Opposition in Parliament to the government, having the greatest numerical strength in Parliament. Whereas Section 8 of the Administration of Parliament Act requires the Leader of Opposition in Parliament to be determined through consultation with other political parties in opposition and independent members of Parliament. It has been a norm that the choosing of the Leader of Opposition is not done in Parliament. And yet the law is about the Administration of Parliament Act. But the choosing of the Leader of Opposition is handled from outside Parliament. We want the members of the opposition, together with the independent members of opposition who are here, as the law provides, to be consulted on that matter. Right Honourable Speaker, what are the remedies we are looking at? 1, the Leader of Opposition to be elected by all the members of the opposition political parties. Number 2, additional grounds upon which the Leader of the Opposition may cease to hold office, because you need to be accountable. If people cannot elect you, then you cannot be accountable. You are accountable to the people who elected you. The President of Uganda, by law, can be censured by this Parliament. The Prime Minister, by law, can be censured by this Parliament. All the ministers here can be censured by this Parliament. Who are you that the Leader of Opposition cannot be checked by this Parliament? We therefore put that ground. The Leader of Opposition is to consult other political parties represented in Parliament when appointing persons and deputy chairpersons of standing committees. Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to submit.
272 for the following reasons. Honourable members, whereas Section 8 of the Administration of Parliament Act requires the Leader of Opposition in Parliament to be determined through an elective process, A, the Act and the rules do not prescribe how the election to determine the LOP are conducted. Over the years, practice has developed where the LOP is merely designated by the party with the highest numerical strength among opposition parties in Parliament. This simply means imposition of someone to the rest of the opposition in Parliament, and yet democratic principles of governance dictate that there ought to be wider participation in the process to determine the leadership. B, even where political parties undertake internal processes to designate the LOP, those internal processes are not democratic and deny members of the opposition the right to offer their candidature to serve as LOP, since the LOP is merely imposed on the members without election. This not only infringes Section 8 of the Act, which requires elections to be conducted to determine the LOP, but also affronts Article 71 in bracket 1 in bracket C of the Constitution, which requires that the internal organization of political parties shall conform to the democratic principles enshrined in the Constitution.
Rule 2 on the interpretation of our rules of procedure. The definition of an independent member of parliament means a member of parliament elected to parliament, independent of any political party or organization. Go ahead to the leader of the opposition means a member of parliament who is the leader in parliament of the party in opposition to the government and having the greatest numerical strength in parliament. Right, Honorable Speaker? I'm an independent member of parliament and I'm serving my second term. I've never subscribed to any political party. I've never subscribed to any political party and I've been able to win and I've been re-elected as an independent member of parliament. The previous two members have been referring to us, the independents, to be part or involved in the election of the leader of opposition. Yet, the leader of opposition is defined, and me as an independent, I do not subscribe to NRM, I do not subscribe to the opposition. So, Right Honorable Speaker, as an independent, I wouldn't want to be involved in any matter concerning the opposition or the NRM, unless I do have a memorandum of understanding as some of the independents who have the MOUs with the National Resistance Movement. So the procedural matter I'm raising are the two honorable members proceeding well to keep referring to us, the independents, me, an independent, as one who should be involved? Because, yes, they have, according to his justification and according to what he has stated, he's saying as the independent member of parliament, we need to take part in the election of the leader of opposition. So, Right Honorable Speaker, are we proceeding well? Or by the honorable members referring to me, an independent, as one who needs to take part in the matters of the opposition? Thank you very much.
Thank you. No, you see, the member is referring to the rules and the law. So he has committed no offense. But, honorable colleagues, you see, when you're going to debate this motion, okay, two major things. One, does it cure a lacuna in the law? Are you getting me? That's a question. Yeah, that's a question. And me, I will know that through your voting. Are you getting me? How you vote on the motion is how I will know. Because you have someone who says it does, you have another one who says it doesn't, so you need someone in between who will put you to a vote. That's number one. Number two, yes, listen. And you see, that's a problem of moving ahead. We are not discussing the bill. The member is saying, give me permission to go and prepare a bill. That's it. Okay? That's what he's saying. And I remember, honorable colleagues, there are bills which have come here and we fail them on second reading. If we don't find them, okay. So, but a member is saying, please, there is a prima facie case, there is a case on the surface that there is a gap in the law. So I want to go and tour this gap through the law. So it is you to decide whether to allow him or not. Very simple. So, and on the issue of independence, Honorable Masaba, okay, I would request you, one, if you feel uncomfortable, you exempt yourself from this debate. That's number one. Because number two, I have some independents who have already expressed interest in the matter, so you can't speak for all of them. Here, independents, you're independent of each other. You cannot have one which is binding the other. But those are details which would be in a bill which is not here. Yes. Huh?
One of the democratic principles enshrined in the Constitution is non-discrimination and inclusivity as provided in Article 21 of the Constitution. And it requires that no person shall be discriminated on grounds prescribed in the Constitution, including political opinion. It is my belief that the proposal in the bill to have the law elected by all opposition political parties in parliament will usher in an inclusive process that will be open to all members of the opposition parties, irrespective of their numerical strength in parliament. 2, what will happen in a situation where 2 opposition parties get equal MPs elected in the House? Who will be now appointing the leader of opposition? The law is for the future. The law is for the future. The proposals in the bill give a voice to the smaller parties in the decision-making of parliament. It should be noted that currently, the party with the greatest numerical strength among opposition parties in parliament makes all the decisions in parliament relating to the opposition and has continuously ignored the voices and views of other opposition political parties and independent members in electing law. Whereas the opposition is a major office, whereas the leader of opposition is a major office in parliamentary system.
That's order, Honorable Seungu.
Order. Right, Honourable Speaker, the honourable member is my good friend. And indeed, I was with him on the censure of commissioners, together, throughout the whole system. But the rules are very clear of Parliament, that you refer to your notes, but not reading.
Which rule, Honorable?
The rule which is in these rules. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, is the honourable member in order to continue reading, whereas the rules don't allow us to read, but to refer to our notes, as I bring that your rule in the rules of procedure. My good friend, Mr. Speaker, Rule 9. So, the honourable member is in order to continue reading instead of referring to his notes.
Honorable colleague, please, Rule 9 refers to the sitting in the House. Rule 9 is about sitting arrangement in the House. So, Honorable Kwarenga, please continue.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Actually, it now reminds me on one of
now, don't be diverted also.
No.
I'm saving you, you're just here now.
Whereas the leader of the opposition is a major office in parliament, in the parliamentary system and in administration of parliament. As it is now, it does not prescribe the procedures and grounds for it is what? Removal. There is therefore lack of grounds to secure the office of law, meaning that law can be removed anytime without even justification. That is why we want to come up with an amendment to protect the office of law democratically. Because right now, somebody can wake up somewhere in the headquarters of a certain party and remove you. For us, we want to secure your tenure democratically. Consequently, as a result, there is a need, therefore, to amend the Administration of Parliament Act to, among others, first, to empower members of Parliament to hold the law accountable by prescribing the procedures and grounds upon which a leader of opposition may cease to hold that office. To encourage opposition party cohesion, foster unity and trust among them by ensuring that, one, the law is elected through a democratic and a consultative process which will take into account the views and aspirations of all shades of opinion of opposition in the Parliament of Uganda. Further, to ensure that the shadow cabinet is appointed through a consultative democratic process since the law being the leader of opposition parties in parliament may designate members of the opposition party to a committee of parliament and to a shadow cabinet.
Exceptional circumstance. So Honorable Okwaringa was right. I've given him exceptional permission. But my brother Honorable Masaba, because he raised the critical issue of independence and not being involved. But you see, Section 8(2) of the Administration of Parliament Act, in electing the leader of the opposition, the party to which he or she belongs may consult other political parties in opposition to government and independent members of parliament. Okay? So we don't have independents who belong to opposition. Independents can swing anywhere. Yes, can go anywhere. So the word is independent. I want to go by what the law says. So independent, you know, and I think these are things maybe which in future we should look into, and we try to protect independence from, and avoid.
Right, Honorable Speaker, but back on the matter that is on floor, allow me to draw this House to the framers of the Constitution at the time when the country is practicing multipartyism. And there was a provision for the leader of opposition. And what was the intent? You look at the fact that during our elections, we go through campaigns, and the first runner-up of the parties in this country can only be represented by the party in opposition with the highest numerical strength. So what did they have to think about that? That we should have who checks well government. You realize that today, for example, the composition of parliament, the number of independents, already many of us here, the independents have a memorandum of understanding with the ruling government. Now, how best will the number of independents contribute to matters of opposition, yet they're already with government as per their memoranda of understanding? I just pray at this moment, let's reconsider. If we are talking about inclusivity and equity, talk about the Prime Minister. Should this side also rethink and start moving a bill so that the Prime Minister is also chosen by the opposition? Shall we be fair when we start thinking along those lines? I just pray and request that to maintain harmony. If at all the leader of opposition, the main role is to check government, let's reconsider the way the leader of opposition is checked, and rather is chosen, and we maintain that further, that thinking of the framers of the Constitution, that during multipartyism, we shall have the leader of opposition, and whose duty will be mainly to keep the government in check, and that government cannot be checked by independents who already are numerical in strength and already have memoranda of understanding. I beg to move.
Thank you.
We shall have the time to discuss about this. The bill is about to arrive. And there are two ways. There comes a time when the government eats on children. But there is a time also when opposition eats on children. Its own children. Children. A child. Yes. You understand that. Now, when we are before this parliament, colleagues, let us not work in anticipation of what is going to happen. And I can guarantee you this bill will come to the Parliamentary and Legal Affairs. You will find the legal mind there. We shall debate about it. There will be public participation on whether it fits the bill. It will be either defeated in the Parliamentary and Legal Affairs or by this parliament. And we can guarantee we shall be there for you, for everyone. So long as the bill meets what we call the constitutional threshold, we shall be there. Don't worry, let the bill come and you'll find us in the wrong way. Thank you very much.
What these people are doing, they will get unintended consequences out of this. Abenarem basanya wekibina kyabwe nga tebamanyi. Folwalero tusobola okulabika nga febe batajetinga. Naye omanyi mu bintu bino mulimu gye bayita unintended consequences. Osobola okukola ekintu ne weesanga nga weesibye omuguwa gw'otamanyi. NRM ezimba ekibiina ekirala mu NRM eyagala kukiyisa mu ba independents mu final ekijja ku weakeninga NRM naye kaakati tebakitegeera ku ssaawa eno bali excited baagala kubaako gwe basanyusa. Nze njagala basanyusa omuntu waabwe numbers bazirina kino bagenda kiyisa naye mu nkomerero bagenda kubeera wano nga be bakaaba. Mwami Tayebu olwaleero akoze bulungi, abadde agezaako okwagala okulaga abantu nti ye wanjawulo ku baaliwo. Naye na kino nakyo kimulaze, mulabye tatuwadde na mukisa kwogera nti n'okwogera ensonga zaffe zigende ku Hansard bawangule kale olw'ennamba yaabwe, naye nga naffe tulese ensonga zaffe takitukkiriza. Naye nze siri munakuwavu nnyo olw'ekiteeso kino, kubanga ekigendererwa kyange si kyakuba ku opposition lubeerera. Ab'opposition ba leero be ba gavumenti y'enkya. Mu 1980 Museveni yayisaamu MP omu, yali munafu nnyo, olwaleero yatufuza emyaka 4. Ab'NRM kabeetera amateeka aganaabafuga nga bavudde mu buyinza, era tuffe tetujja kufiirawo nnyo. Ekikulu kino ekintu kimenya ssemateeka, kizze mutima mubi, kiri mutima gwabwe nantagambwako. Kakati nze batwale omutima gwabwe ogw'obwa nantagambwako. Twali wano ne mukyala Anite nga bino ebintu abiwagira ng'era amateeka agayisa. Kati amateeka ge yateeka olwaleero ge gamusiba. Kakati n'abaliwo batebayiga. Ekyennaku bannabyabufuzi tetuyiga. Buli lunaku ebintu bibaawo naye tetubiyigirako. Ku byakabaawo ku Sipiika Anite saalisuubiddeyo sipiika mulala kukola bino Tayebwa byakola ki? Byakola. Naye kale oba abikoze abikole. Ekituufu lino etteeka limenya ssemateeka, naye oba bo bannaffe banaakomawa mu kugamba nti ebiragiro bijja kuvanga awantu bo bajje mu kibinja babise mu nkola nga beefudde ababaka ba paalamenti.
Okera ddala ng'omubaka omupya mu paalamenti, ekibuuzo kye mbeera neebuuza buli ssaawa, ddala ababaka ba paalamenti tukola ki? Paalamenti tugirimu ku lwa bannayuganda oba tugirimu ku lwaffe? Omuntu okuva eri ne emotions ze n'azituma omuntu omu ajja aziyise mu paalamenti ku lwa bannayuganda bonna, kiruma ate kyennyamiza. Ebbago lino lyebagala okuleeta, nze ndikubamu ebituli kuba ekisooka ntegeera netteeka liprovidinga bulungi nti Ssaabaminisita yajja okubanga ye lead of government business, then ne ligamba wajja kubaawo lead of opposition. Kati gwojje okyuseemu ogambe nti aba independent kitegeeza nampawengwa, tosalawo owa independent ajje atalonda opposition. Abakola constitution baali basiru okugamba nti ono leader of opposition, ono leader of government business. Singa nno bazze nga bagamba nti fe aba independents tetufiibwako, naffe twetaagawo the leader of independence, awo kyandibadde kiwulirwa. Naye olredde oli nampawengwa. Kyennyamiza n'okwennyamiza nti etteeka alireeta wa NRM olumiriro lwa opposition towuliddeeko nga bakomplaininga olw'okuba omuntu omu yavuddeyo n'anyiiga ebigambo leader of opposition bye yamwogeddeko, kubanga era etteeka likiprovidinga bulungi nti leader of opposition omulimu gw'omukulu ku keepinga this government in check. Naye gwe government oyagala akukeepinga in check ate abeere nga naye azinira ku ntolizo. Ebyo byebiki ebyo? Paalamenti bagamenti bagijjeewo batufugisa omukono ogw'ekyuma tumanye nti munnaye kye baagala kye kikolebwa tuvunname bulungi okusinga okudda wano mu kubuzaabuza nga beekweka mu mateeka mu rules. Ekisinza okwennyamiza nga tumaliriza, sipiika atuuse n'abuuza n'amuvinga ekibuuzo equestion oba member tumuwe leave. House yonna n'egamba no, n'amala n'agamba the eyes have it. Kati awo mu mbeera eyo ddala nze nga nze neebuuza, tujja wano kutuusa mukolo n'okulya essente y'omuwi w'omusolo oba tuliwo okutuukiriza bituufu ebisaanidde okuba nga bikiikirira bannayuganda be twajja okukiikirira? Naye byonna bwe biri eyayonoonye bwasanga bwatunula.
Etteeka teribakkiriza wabula sipiika yennyini yakkiriza yekka kuba House yonna egambye no, naye ye sipiika olw'okuba alina ebiragiro bye n'agamba nti abakulu bagende mu liivu bakole ku tteeka. Naye ekyo kiraga nti paalamenti yaffe gyeraga tegenda ba independent. Twetaaga tubeere nga bye tudisikasinga nga bye bassaamu ekitiibwa. Loopu sitasoose ku mulembe gwa NUP, tulabye ba loopu okuva mu bibiina ebyenjawulo, naye ku luno Honorable Ssenyonyi gwe bategetinze ng'omuntu, naye mmanyi kino kigenda kuggwa. manyi ababaka baffe abalala b'NRM nabo banaabeera independent mind nga balaba opposition obuvunanyizibwa bwayo bwa kucheckinga government manyi eno bill egenda kusulibwa mu kasero.